Hey guys, Miss Brooklyn here. Welcome back to my channel, Miss Brooklyn's Journey, and welcome to another week of meal prepping in my kitchen with me. I really do these videos because I want to share inspiration for anyone who is on a weight loss journey and show you guys it doesn't take much to make healthy, delicious meals and stay on track without feeling like you are suffocating in your diet, okay? So sit back, relax, get a pen and paper. You might want to jot some notes down, and I really just hope this video gives you all the inspiration you need to get up and get in the kitchen. Let's get started. All right, starting this video off, we are going to make some fish. We're going to make some steamed fish. And y'all already know I come from Caribbean women, okay? My family is from Haiti, and I'm learning how to cook meals from my culture. So this week, my mom taught me how to make steamed red snapper fish in a white sauce reduction. So I have here 2 red snapper fish, and they're roughly about 2 pounds each. My niece and I both picked out our fish, and they are wild caught red snapper. None of that fake stuff. It is wild caught, 100% real. And it was about $14 each. Anyway, all you see me doing here is putting salt all over them because I need to create an abrasion so that I can clean them. And then I took 4 limes and I squeezed the dirty, stinking juice out of them, as you can see here. After I just put the juice of the lime to the side because we're gonna use it later. So all I'm gonna do here is just, my mom said that I had to open up the mouth of the fish and cut something underneath or whatever the tongue was. I don't know, like I really don't know, but I was pulling out a flap. She says you have to take that flap out. As you can see, my fish is fairly clean because at the market they clean it and stuff like that, but we gotta get in there. My mom said you can't really trust them, we gotta get in there. So remember, we put salt on our fish. We let that salt sit for like 15 minutes to create an abrasion, and we're going to use the lime to scrub, okay? You're going to scrub all of that dead stuff and all of that. I mean, most of the scales are off the fish anyway, but you'll see one of them, they didn't do too much of a good job taking the scales off, so you'll see me go in and refine. Anyway, I'm just using the lime and the salt to clean up the fish, and I'm doing it to the other one. Let me remind you guys that I only meal prep for 3 to 4 days at a time. I do not do a full 7-day meal prep because I don't like food sitting in my kitchen that long. I'm not going to eat it. So I only meal prep for about 3 days. Some days it goes to 4. So I'm doing the same thing to the same fish. And you guys, you can see these are some big ass, dirty, stinking red snappers. So like I said, one of the fish still had scales and stuff, and it made my skin crawl, so I had to take the knife and rake it. My mother was like, oh, that's not clean, rake it. Literally, my mom would she just stood there watching me do this. Like, she's like, rake it. Like, she didn't even have to touch it or feel it. She can see it. Like, I'm telling you guys, yo, these West Indians be these West, y'all love West. Let me stop. I do love the Caribbean culture though. They be knowing, like, they just be knowing. So as you can see, that's what I'm doing right there. Anyway, moving on. I'm gonna rinse my fish off with ice cold water. Do not use hot water or warm water. You want to get inside of it, all of that, and rinse your fish off real good. At this point, if you wanted, you could add vinegar to that water and just rinse it some more. But my mom was like, it's not really necessary, because the fish was pretty clean. All right, so now let me show you. Everybody talking about, oh, you know, cross contamination, all that. First of all, y'all see I use gloves. Number one. Number two, you're nasty if you don't know how to clean after you dealing with any type of fish, any type of meat or chicken or poultry. Like, it doesn't matter. You need to thoroughly clean your kitchen and make sure you have 2 sponges, a sponge for cleaning and a sponge for washing dishes. I literally go in with antibacterials. I scrub and clean. I put soap down. Like, I do this 2 to 3 times, and I steam my kitchen sink with hot water, making sure that I clean my surfaces and my environment, because we don't play that. Like, y'all really need to learn how to cook and clean as you cook as you clean, all of that. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but my water is piping hot. Like, that steam is insane. I'm going to disinfect this whole entire thing down 2 times. So just anybody that's kind of like nervous, like, oh, that's nasty and this and no. And as for my surfaces, I go in with Clorox wipes to wipe down my surfaces that I touch, like my handle, like the handles of the knives and things like that. I use Clorox wipes. Anyway, back to fish. I'm gonna go ahead and make a few lacerations in the fish, and all you want to do is scar the flesh like so, because you want that seasoning to seep in, number 1, and number 2, you want it to cook evenly. I meant to say scoring. It's called, the process of doing this is called scoring. You score the fish. Now I'm going to take the juice of the limes that I set to the side, and I'm going to pour it all over my fish like so. Now the fun part begins. Oh, wait, after I wash my hands, because I just touched the fish again. Yeah. even though I'm wearing gloves, I still constantly wash my hands. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like I'm a germaphobe when I'm cooking. I'm gonna add some garlic to this. This is about 5 to 6, maybe even 7 cloves of garlic. I like a lot of garlic. I'm a garlicaholic. My family like garlic, so add as much garlic as you like. But baby, when I tell you the garlic, okay, you need it. I'm adding some fresh parsley and also one scallion or green onion to this. I would have added more than just one, but I only had one left, so yeah, I made it work and just cut it up and put it on it. The fresh herbs give it a nice fresh flavor. I'm going in with black pepper, just a nice even amount. If I had to measure everything out, I would say this was about 1.5 tablespoons because again, these fish are big. I'm using 2 packs of Sazon, but I'm only using one right now on the fish, and the other pack will be used in the sauce when we cook. So I'll show you that later. But for right now, I'm going in with 1 pack of Sazon, and make sure you get the MSG free one because it now comes with MSG free. I'm going in with this Creole seafood seasoning from I believe the brand is Burrito or Burrata. I don't know. Like, I don't even ever look at the name, but I know something to be. And then y'all already see my mom's secret. Shh, 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 shh. If I'm showing it to you guys, it's for a reason. Anyway, I added some oil as well as, what else did I add? I don't know what I think. Oh yeah, that was oil. I added about a tablespoon and a half of oil to almost 2 tablespoons, but it wasn't that much. So you want to make sure you get this marinade all inside of the crevices, all throughout the lacerations, the lines, and the scars throughout the whole fish. You're going to let this marinate overnight. I seasoned all of my meat the night before because I wanted my meal prep to be so easy the very next day. And it didn't even take long for me to season all of my meat. It took like a half an hour. Literally it took me a half an hour to season all of my meat. So just make sure that you season this the night before for the best outcome. You could also do it like for like 4 or 5 hours, but best outcome is overnight. To a large hot dutchy pot. To that, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. And honestly, I really feel like that was about 3 tablespoons because that was a big spoon. I'm going to add my onions, my garlic. I'm also going to add some tomatoes to this. I only use about a quarter of a tomato because you don't want that much tomato. To the hot oil, you guys see the oil was really hot. I'm adding my fresh herbs, which is parsley and also thyme. Y'all know Caribbean people cook everything with thyme. You don't know we cook up with that thyme, baby. It gives it good flavor. Every Caribbean I know, like, come on, you Hispanic, you freaking Guyanese, Trini, Jamaican, y'all put thyme in everything. What up? Anyway, I'm gonna put the Sazon in the hot coconut oil and let the aromatics come up and season the oil because this is going to be the base of our flavor right here, and it's so good like this, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and add my fish. I really just cook the oil really hot for like about 3 to 5 minutes because I just want to make sure everything start getting translucent. To that, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of butter. As you guys can see, I decided to distribute it evenly. And to this, I'm going to add a half a cup of white wine. Although when I look back at this, I should have added maybe a little bit more than a half a cup of white wine because this is really big fish. But let me tell you, it was so good, okay? So don't skip this step and get you some good quality white wine. Don't be buying no white wine that's like in the supermarket. Go to the liquor store or the wine store, get you some good white wine that you can cook with, okay? And it has to be dry, nothing sweet. So I'm going to take my marinade and add about a cup of liquids to my marinade, although my mom said I added too much. To this, I'm going to add 1 hot Jamaican Scotch bonnet pepper because we like stuff hot. I pierced holes in my Scotch bonnet pepper so it could infuse with the broth that we're steaming the fish in so that it can be spicy. We like spicy food in my household. You don't know, Caribbeans, what up? So all you're going to do is let this steam and cook. You want to cover it with your big Dutchy pot lid or whatever pot you're cooking it in. You want to cover it for approximately 15 to 20 minutes, and then the last few minutes of it cooking, probably like I would say the last 5 minutes, you want to hike up the fire and let the water boil down. So as you can see, I hiked up the fire. I added my onions and peppers, and I'm letting the water come down. You want to let the water reduce a little bit. So look at my fish here. It's thoroughly clean. I added 1 tablespoon of white vinegar to this, distilled white vinegar. It gave it such amazing flavor. It was missing something, and my mom was like, did you put the vinegar? I said, what vinegar? She said, you need to add vinegar. That tablespoon of vinegar, baby, brought this whole this whole thing together, sis. Like, let me just tell you. Anyway, guys, I really hope you like this meal and recreate it. If you do, tag me on Instagram, okay, or let me know in the comment sections. But yeah, this was really good. It was one whole fish for me, one whole fish for my niece. I had 3 servings of it. I split it in 3 because they were super big. So we were able to cut it in 3. And let me tell you, we devoured it with my cauliflower mash and some broccolis. It was so good. Let's move on to our next dish. Like I said, the night before, I seasoned all of my meat. So I have here some drumsticks. And again, I cleaned my drumsticks thoroughly well. I'm showing you guys my drumsticks are cleaned and flashed, sanitizing, all of that. I'm adding some lime juice to my drumsticks. And then I'm going to go in with some garlic. Again, I like lots of garlic. I mince my garlic myself. So when I'm meal prepping, I mince like 15 to 20 garlics. And then I just set it to the side because I know I'm cooking with it. I'm going to add 1 packet of Sazon to this. You don't know. I'm adding some noir chicken bouillon. And this is the tomato based chicken bouillon. It's really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and add some thyme to this mixture. And I'm adding some Louisiana Creole seasoning. It's so good. Right there, that's the Cajun seasoning. I'm adding a little something, because this thing is very potent. It is very, very strong, very burnt. And then also, I wanted a little bit of something like flavor in my chicken, so I added some herbs de Provence. It gave it that great flavor that I need. And I'm adding some avocado oil to it just to bring everything together so that my chicken can marinate. I was making barbecue chicken, which you'll see later. I made my own keto barbecue sauce, which I'm not going to share the recipe to that just yet because I have some refining to do. But just know I made barbecue sauce. Anyway, turkey wings back on deck. If you guys did not see my video before last, I'm going to link it in iCard here. I show you how to clean turkey and prep turkey to cook it thoroughly. So we're going to skip that step today. And all we're going to do is go straight into the seasoning. You saw my lime juice go in. You saw my garlic, my black pepper. I'm adding some herbs de Provence into this bad boy right here. I'm just seasoning it up because I'm making some sticky turkey wings in the oven. I'm adding 1 pack of Sazon. Almost everything that I did for the last one, but just different. This one, I'm using the noir chicken bouillon, just the regular one. I'm not using the tomato paste. The tomato one for this one. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Louisiana Creole seasoning and then a little bit of my mother's special seasoning. Okay. Then I'm going to add a little bit of avocado oil to this and my thyme. Just dump that bad boy in there. And then I also added Jamaican Scotch bonnet pepper in there. And I'm going to, make it, why can I speak? Mix it all together, making sure everything is being coated with this marinade. And we're going to let it marinate overnight. Like I said, marinate your food, people. It's so good. They go to Scotch bonnet pepper, marinate it overnight. And listen, it only took me like 30 minutes to marinate all these meats. And that's what I'm having. So I'm just going to show you how I cook it. The very next day, get it up pan. And then I sprayed it with olive oil spray. And then I added my turkey to it. As you can see, it's nice and marinated like so. And so I'm going to cook this in a 375-degree Fahrenheit oven, covered in foil paper for 20 minutes. I'm going to cook it covered for 20 minutes. And then after the 20-minute mark, I'm going to cook it uncovered for 20 minutes so that it can caramelize, it can brown, and it could become sticky because of the marinade. It adheres to it and becomes sticky. The skin even gets just a little bit of crispness and a little bit of charredness. It's so good. All right, you see what I'm doing here? Cast iron skillet. My chicken has marinated overnight. I'm going to put it in the cast iron skillet and I'm going to cover it and put it in the same oven with the turkey wings. And so this is the outcome of my turkey wings. It is so good. When I tell you Jesus himself, look at that. You see that skin? You see how the texture is amazing. Turkey wings are my new favorite right now. Y'all don't understand. These Creole turkey wings, hunty, so good. Make it. Y'all gonna love me. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And it's so sticky. I can't explain the texture. It's like sticky. It's not saucy. It's not it's sticky and there's a little bite to it. It's so good and it's so tender. Here are my barbecue chicken legs. Like I said, I'm not going to show you guys how I made the barbecue sauce because I'm a perfectionist and I need to refine the recipe. It's just that the ingredient amounts is off. However, it was really good. It was really sweet and really smoky because I used some liquid smoke. It had a nice little twang to it because of the apple cider vinegar. I really made barbecue sauce, y'all. Y'all would be proud of me. But again, I need to refine it because I'm a perfectionist and it is not perfect for me yet. So before I share something with you guys, it needs to be perfect. All right. But just to let you know, it was good, but it could be so much better. Let's move on to my next meal, which is, y'all, I'm making some cheddar bay biscuits. Okay, some Red Lobster inspired cheddar bay biscuits. Now, let me talk to you guys about this recipe a little bit. I found this recipe online and I made it. And the first time I made it is what you guys see here, me making it. I'm just like, okay, let me follow the recipe. I will link the recipe that I followed down below for you guys. However, this recipe is not up to my standards personally. And this is no shade to the person that made this recipe. Shout out to them, because now I understand the logic behind it and where they was trying to go. But when I tell you, the second time I made this recipe, I completely transformed this recipe and made it my version. And I'm not tooting my own horn when I tell you my version is just so much better. Like, yo, let me tell you. So again, I'm just simply following the recipe. This recipe called for sour cream and all of that. My recipe, I use a combination of sour cream and heavy whipping cream. I completely transformed it using the same type of base, but I just made it better. Now, this recipe was good. And I also realized I used the wrong almond flour. Walmart almond flour is the nastiest almond flour on the market because it is so gritty and so thick. I hate Walmart almond flour, but I have to use it because I spent like $12 on that bag. And yeah, however, when I made this recipe over using my adjustments and my measurements and Trader Joe's almond flour, baby, when I tell you, smooth. It wasn't gritty. It was just smooth. It was everything. So as you can see, I'm just adding my wet to my dry ingredients. Again, like I said, I'm going to leave the measurements down below. One of the things that I did take the initiative of doing in this one is just like, I want to use two different type of cheese. The recipe that I followed only called for one type of cheese, but I use white sharp cheddar Vermont and sharp cheddar cheese. So that's something that I did in this recipe here, and I also carried it to my version of this. I am so addicted to these damn biscuits. It's not even funny. My niece and I, honey, we are addicted. It's just so freaking good. Well, this version is good. Like I said, it's good. It's a start. But my version, baby, okay? Baby, welcome to the party, okay? Anyway, R.I.P. to my boo, Pop Smoke. Anyway, I just popped it on a parchment paper, and I'm going to put it in the oven at 15 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to let it bake for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And then this is something else that the original recipe didn't call for. I made my own butter mixture. I almost use the same exact amounts as if I'm making my own cheddar bay biscuits from scratch, not the keto version, but the original one. I make cheddar bay biscuits all the time for my boyfriend. He loves them, like he devours them, and I make them from scratch. So I decided to do the same thing that I always do, but look at a close-up of these cheddar bay biscuits. Tell me they don't look good. But again, my version is so much better. I really wish I filmed my version, but then again, I'm just like, nah, you guys know I'm working on an ebook. I'm going to put it in my ebook so that you guys can enjoy my cheddar bay biscuits. It's so good. But anyway, I'm topping it off like that. And my oven is off, and I top the mixture off, and then I put it right back in the oven so it can soak in. But yeah, look at this. Tell me that don't look good. Tell me that don't look fire, bro. Fire. And this totals out to about 3 net carbs per biscuit, okay? Only 3 net carbs for biscuits. This is the biscuits. It look good. All right, you guys. I made my cauliflower mash. Again, shout out to everybody talking about this cauliflower mash being the best cauliflower mash they ever had. Shout out to you guys. If you did not see my video on how I made this, go ahead and click my last 2 videos. I'll link it in the iCard here so you can follow how to make my cauliflower mash, because it's popping. It's probably the best version you will ever taste in your life. It is that good. You can't tell the difference. It's so good. I promise you. It's so creamy, so good. Anyway, guys, for those of you that follow my meal prep videos, you know that I do not meal prep my vegetables before time unless I'm doing like a stir fry. So I wanted to show you guys, I have avocados here that I'll be eating my meals with, my seafood with, or my chicken or my turkey thighs. I said turkey thighs, my turkey wings, Lord. I have spinach and I have romaine lettuce here to make salads and things like that in sides. I don't prep my sides ahead of time, like I said, unless it's a stir fry. So I just wanted to show you what I will be pairing these main dishes with as sides. All right. I really hope you guys enjoyed this meal prep. I really hope that it inspired you to get in the kitchen and just eat really good and stay on track. Okay, you guys, stay on track. We can do this. I love you guys so much. I would really, really, really appreciate it if you do me a favor and thumbs this video up. And also in the comment section, Leave me some suggestions of what you want to see in future meal prep videos and what you want to learn how to cook and keto-fy or low carbify it. Let me know, guys. Give me some suggestions, and also tell me what you're eating, because I be getting bored and I want to see what you guys are eating so I can make variations of it too. Sharing is caring. I love you all, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.